Container ships, despite their staggering scale, run on a crew of just 20 to 35 people. Crew members typically work 2 4-hour shifts every 24 hours, handling everything from mechanical inspections to live system operations and ongoing maintenance. They also manage navigation, track weather patterns in real time, and keep the entire vessel running at peak performance around the clock. Container ships are designed to spend the overwhelming majority of their lives at sea, so every square foot is engineered with the crew's long-term comfort and functionality in mind. Living quarters are generally spacious and well-equipped for the realities of spending months on the open ocean. After a solid rest, crew members can unwind and lose themselves in a good book. Simple comforts that matter enormously this far from shore. Each private cabin comes properly fitted with a comfortable bed and full wardrobe storage. The ship's mess hall and galley are stocked with professional-grade cooking equipment, rivaling what you'd find in a well-run restaurant on dry land. Because at the end of the day, keeping a well-fed crew isn't optional. It's what keeps a floating city running. For those who need to stay physically sharp during months at sea, dedicated recreation centers and fully equipped gyms are built directly into the vessel. Spending months away from family is one of the most grueling parts of the job, but crews find ways to stay connected and keep their spirits up. With reliable onboard internet access, staying in touch has never been easier. Crew members can video call loved ones and follow world events without missing a beat. Among the undisputed giants of the seas is the Maersk vessel, capable of carrying tens of thousands of 20-foot equivalent units. Stretching an extraordinary 400 meters long and 59 meters wide, with a draft of 14.5 meters and a deadweight tonnage of 165,000 tons, it ranks among the most capable container carriers ever constructed. But size wasn't the only record they were chasing. On April 4th, 2023, they made history, launching the world's first methanol-powered container ship out of their Copenhagen headquarters, the Laura Maersk. To build her, shipbuilders deployed robotic welding technology, ensuring every structural component was assembled with the kind of precision no human hand could consistently replicate. The Laura Maersk stretches 564 feet long and nearly 105 feet wide, remarkable dimensions for a vessel that's genuinely rewriting the rules of what a container ship can be. She was built at Hyundai Mipo Dockyard in South Korea, where engineers combined cutting-edge design with some of the most advanced manufacturing techniques in the industry. Rather than building the ship sequentially from bow to stern, teams used modular construction, fabricating different sections of the vessel simultaneously, then assembling them together to slash production time. To move those massive modules into position, crews relied on heavy lift cranes from Hyundai Samho Heavy Industries. With a capacity of 2,100 TEUs, Laura Maersk is classified as a feeder vessel, purpose-built for the short to medium-distance routes that keep regional supply chains connected. Before a single steel plate was cut, engineers used advanced 3D modeling and simulation tools to optimize every aspect of the design, from fuel efficiency to structural performance. The hull itself is built from high-strength steel alloys, a deliberate choice that delivers greater durability while actually reducing the ship's overall weight, directly improving how efficiently she burns fuel. At the heart of Laura Maersk is a dual-fuel engine, capable of running on both methanol and conventional marine fuel, making her one of the most operationally flexible vessels ever launched. That engine was co-developed by MAN Energy Solutions and Hyundai Heavy Industries, a collaboration specifically designed to make methanol propulsion viable at commercial scale. The methanol fuel tanks are built with double-walled containment systems, an engineering safeguard that prevents leaks and keeps the surrounding marine environment protected. Beyond the tanks, the entire fuel management system on board was purpose-engineered for methanol, handling a fuel that behaves very differently from the heavy oil most ships have run on for over a century. And crucially, Maersk is green, produced from renewable energy sources, giving the ship a genuinely lower carbon footprint across her entire operational life. Onboard energy recovery systems capture waste heat straight from the engine and convert it into usable power, squeezing every possible unit of efficiency out of each voyage. Even the paint on her hull was applied using eco-friendly techniques, non-toxic coatings that reduce environmental impact starting from day one of production. Her hull is also aerodynamically streamlined, a design choice that minimizes water resistance and keeps fuel consumption down across thousands of nautical miles. Advanced automation systems manage fuel injection and combustion in real time, continuously optimizing methanol usage and keeping emissions as low as physically possible during operation. Throughout the entire build, Maersk's production teams applied lean manufacturing principles, cutting waste, maintaining quality, and embedding sustainability into the shipbuilding process itself. State-of-the-art navigation and communication systems ensure Maersk can operate safely and efficiently, even when conditions at sea turn hostile. Before she ever left the dockyard, the dual-fuel engine system went through extensive real-world testing, verifying that it met both reliability standards and international maritime emissions regulations. She's also fitted with an advanced exhaust gas cleaning system, an added layer of emissions control that captures harmful byproducts even after the methanol combustion process. This ship is proof that the future of shipping doesn't have to run on fossil fuels, and Maersk is betting its entire fleet on it, with an ambitious target to reach net zero emissions by 2040. Before a ship of this magnitude ever touches commercial waters, it must prove itself through one of the most demanding tests in maritime history: sea trials. Sea trials put every critical system through its paces under real-world conditions. Speed runs are conducted across varying wind strengths and tidal forces, with every data point meticulously logged and analyzed for performance benchmarking. Extreme weather testing then pushes the vessel to its absolute limits, stress testing its structural durability against the raw power of the open ocean. Cargo ships move the world's goods, but moving the world's energy, that requires an entirely different kind of vessel. With oil reserves concentrated in just a handful of countries, and consumers and refineries scattered across every continent, tankers are what actually keep the world's energy supply moving. These are some of the largest and most sophisticated machines ever built, engineered specifically to move crude oil and refined petroleum products to virtually any corner of the planet. The tanker industry breaks down into two distinct categories. Very large crude carriers, or VLCCs, haul raw crude oil from producing nations to the countries where it gets refined into usable products. A single VLCC can carry up to 350,000 tons of crude oil in one voyage. Product tankers are smaller, maxing out at around 35,000 tons, and they handle the downstream side, moving finished petroleum products like diesel, gasoline, lubricating oil, and gas oil from refineries to ports. But oil isn't just valuable, it's also one of the most hazardous substances on the water, which means every person operating, loading, or unloading these vessels needs to be highly trained and fully certified. Working on an oil tanker means going through rigorous induction and safety training, because when something goes wrong at sea, every crew member needs to know exactly what to do and exactly which alarm means what. The hull of an oil tanker is long and flat by design. Most vessels carry between 8 and 12 cargo tanks, and virtually all modern tankers feature double hulls, an engineering safeguard that dramatically reduces the risk of a spill in the event of a collision or accident. Loading an oil tanker is a highly coordinated operation, starting with a precise exchange of information between the terminal's representatives and the ship's captain. Every detail of the loading plan, cargo specifications, sequencing, and pumping rate has to be locked in and agreed upon before the vessel even moors. Before any oil flows, watch personnel must verify that every tank opening is properly sealed and the inert gas valve is correctly aligned to the manifolds. Oil is highly flammable, so the ship's engines and all electrical equipment, including radios and radar systems, are shut down because a single spark is all it takes. The pumping begins at an extremely slow rate into just one tank, a deliberate precaution to prevent the buildup of static electricity. From start to finish, filling a tanker takes anywhere from 1 to 10 hours, depending on its size. Oil tankers are floating industrial complexes, equipped with massive engine rooms, extensive fire suppression systems, inert gas systems to eliminate combustion risk, crude oil washing equipment to clean out cargo tanks, slop tanks for storing oil residues, and fully redundant backup steering and navigation systems. Keeping all of those systems operational requires crew members to run thorough checks and drills every single day. Seafarers stay physically sharp with access to onboard gyms, and they eat well. Meals are freshly prepared in the ship's galley on a proper schedule. Tankers also come with dedicated dining halls and common rooms, typically equipped with televisions and DVD players, giving crews a place to genuinely decompress and build camaraderie on long voyages. And on many modern tankers, internet access means seafarers can actually stay connected with their families back home, no matter how far out to sea they are. The ocean has always been humanity's greatest highway, but wars, climate disasters, and geopolitical flashpoints are a constant reminder that the supply chains keeping the modern world alive are only ever one crisis away from breaking down. For more stories on the systems, machines, and industries quietly running the world, subscribe and explore the rest of the channel.